Have you ever applied to a job only to feel like it was posted by a ghost?
I lived in the middle of nowhere, so finding a job as a high school student was actually pretty hard to come by, so I was stoked. Get all dressed up, I answer all the interview questions, I'm very proud of myself, and at the end of the interview he says, okay, well, you were great, but we aren't actually hiring right now.
I'm frustrated. I'm gonna scream. Let me know what y'all think. What's going on with you guys? Because I saw a video about this yesterday. Somebody couldn't get hired on at a restaurant because they didn't have enough experience, but they have a bachelor's degree and they do have work experience. Whatever. And in the comments, this girl was like, I have a master's and couldn't get a job at Build-A-Bear.
I got fired from my second job because I wouldn't post a ghost job. So let me explain what I do for my second job, what I did for my second job. I was a hiring manager. I usually just post job listings sometimes on Indeed or other job listing websites for my company. I'm not going to explain what company that is because I can't do that. But I am going to talk about what I can talk about because I read through my NDA.
You're not imagining things. Ghost jobs are becoming more common than ever before. And today, we're going to dive into what's happening and what you can do about the situation. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Boss from Home. And over on this side of the internet, I usually like to share scam-free work from home and remote jobs to help job seekers just like you find legitimate jobs and improve their finances. But today we're going to deviate from our normal content to take a look at what people are saying on the internet about today's job market. And more specifically, I wanted to take a closer look into this new phenomenon that is making finding a job even that much more difficult. And it is the rise of fake job postings or ghost jobs. Now you might be wondering, well, why are you so passionate about this topic? Well, as a current human resources student and someone who's undergoing a rigorous certification in resume writing and online profile expertise, I've had the opportunity to learn a lot about the hiring process from both sides. And I've seen firsthand how some of these ghost jobs can actually frustrate job seekers. And I'm here to provide any insights and tips to help you navigate these challenges. So let's take a look at what people are saying. And please feel free to chime in and share some of your thoughts in the comments section.
I am absolutely livid right now. I graduated in May with a degree in marketing, okay? It's now September and I've been on the job hunt for a long time. I know it's hard for everyone, I know it's oversaturated, but what they are doing to people with marketing, communications, business degrees is sinister on LinkedIn. Sinister. There are these agencies that pretend to be legit companies, but they're door-to-door solar panel Verizon salesmen. I cannot get tricked into one more of these Zoom interviews. I was supposed to be at a lunch. I pushed it back for this Zoom, and guess what? I applied to a title that said social media marketing assistant. Read the job description, looked at the company's profile, looked legit. Another one of these people, they go, yeah, we can work up to that role. We can definitely work up to that role. But it's going to be door to door. We go to the homes to be personal. I am not going to the homes. I'm just really pissed right now. So I don't understand. I don't understand what it's going to take to get a legit job interview for a real company that's reasonable distance from my house, reasonable, livable pay. I don't know what it's going to take, but I am about to turn to religion.
I got fired from my second job because I wouldn't post a ghost job. So let me explain what I do for my second job, what I did for my second job. I was a hiring manager. I usually just post job listings sometimes on Indeed or other job listing websites for my company. I'm not going to explain what company that is because I can't do that. But I am going to talk about what I can talk about because I read through my NDA. I used to post ghost jobs for fake jobs to encourage our current employees to work harder. These jobs would be fake jobs, so you could apply for the listing but not actually get hired. They're called ghost jobs. You're probably wondering, I applied for all these places, why am I not getting callbacks? You might have applied for a ghost job, which isn't a real job. It's just put there to show that we're looking for new hires at higher rates to get our current employees to work harder as an incentive to make them work hard, as opposed to increasing the base pay or the base rate. And I've made maybe 300 ghost job listings. I've made a lot. I've made so many. It's insane. And what messes me up is that they're still doing it. And I got into a little bit of a scuffle, a fracas, one might say, with my previous hire manager. My hire manager said, "Hey, you stopped posting ghost job listings. What's going on, buddy? He's really working. He's helping our team morale." I said, "Listen, this is the first time I've ever said this in my life. I don't feel good about doing this. This might be the first time I've ever said that. I don't feel good. I don't. Usually, I have like no moral, no ethics about anything. I just didn't feel good at all about doing it, despite the fact that I was getting a massive bad from it." And he said, "Well, we need somebody to do it. You're the best we've got. I'm not going to continue to post ghost job listings so our employees can act like they are scared to lose their jobs. That ruins their mental, destroys their mental health deeply." And he said, "That's HR's job, not ours." So I'm talking to him and I'm arguing. And at this point, he's shouting, I'm calm. So I'm thinking I can take it to HR. And he says, "You know, we're probably going to have to talk about this later, but you should clock out for the day." I said, "I'm going to clock out for the day because we're not done talking about the specific issue. This is insane. This is psychotic." So I go cool off. I talk to my friends in the Discord. We're cooling off. We're talking about it. Another one of my friends does the same job as I do. He also posts ghost jobs, and it's disgusting. It is. It's not just my company. It is every company I'm seeing doing this. It's Walmart doing this. It's Amazon doing this. I'm not gonna disclose my company, but it's Best Buy doing this. They're posting these fake job listings to trick you into thinking, "Oh well, they're hiring a bunch of other things. They're because just in case you're looking to move to a new job or talk about needing a pay raise, and they'll post a new job at a higher rate. Say you got hired in at $17 an hour. They'll post a ghost job at $22 an hour. And if you try to apply for that, they'll clock you for that. If you try to apply for that, they'll clock you for that, and they'll know it's you because they got the social security number you applying for the job." It is a disgusting business practice. Because as soon as you apply to get a higher position or anything like that, they'll talk to you about it. And they'll ask you, "Why do you want a higher position? Do you want more pay? Are you dedicated to the company?" They'll give you a performance review. They'll check everything about you just to see. I recommend, this is my honest opinion, this is my honest recommendation, doing the bare minimum at jobs. Bare minimum. I mean, bare minimum at jobs. Just coast. Just coast by doing the bare minimum at jobs. Don't try to do anything extra or crazy. Just coast by doing the bare minimum at jobs. So serious. Because I didn't know this was so much of it. I thought it was just my job doing this. I thought we were like the monopoly on doing this. That's what I thought. But I'm applying to other jobs. I'm applying to other places, and I'm noticing the ghost jobs. I'm noticing that there are many of them. There's so many ghost jobs that are just fake. They're just fake jobs. I am sickened. I'm disheartened. I'm disgusted. I'm angry because I don't have my second job anymore, by the way. It was a small job. I worked 20 hours a week just doing the analytics and the hiring for a company. That's all I did. But I still work at Amazon. But man, I'm just sick. Amazon doesn't care about what I post, by the way. They're fine with me doing whatever. Amazon doesn't check anything I do. They don't care about me at all. But man, this is stupid. This is weird. Look up ghost jobs. Look them up.
Let's talk about jobs. I got laid off a month and a half ago. I've applied to at least, if not more, 100 jobs in the past month and a half. That is not an exaggeration. I've applied to retail, which I've worked in. I've applied to fast food. I've applied to corporate. I've applied to law firms. I used to work in one. Fitness industry, which I've been in for 6 years. Got hired on somewhere, but then the boss went behind the other person's back and hired somebody else after they already offered me the job. Then they were like, "Well, if we decide to hire you in 2-3 weeks, then we'll pay you. But if we decide not to hire you, we're not going to pay you." And I was like, "I don't have time to waste." So I ended that. They were also just very scattered. So I was like, this is not a good fit. I'm definitely willing to work. I'm just not willing to work for free. I got bills to pay and a kid to take care of. So what is everybody else doing? Because I know it's not a me problem. I've had people look over my resume. I've had interviews. I've called people, been like, "Hey, I applied, just wanted to know if you were still hiring." Because sometimes too, employers will keep a job posting after they filled it, and then it just sits there and people apply to it when it's already been filled, but you don't know because they don't take the job posting down. The other thing too is I called a place that I applied to yesterday. They were really nice. They were like, "Yup, I'm gonna let the manager know, whatever. Hopefully he'll get back to you in the next couple days." But I also can't actually bank on that and be like, "Yeah, hopefully he'll call me the next day or two. Because realistically, another thing employers do is they don't get back to you. I applied to a job this time last year, and in December, they reached out to me to let me know they were gonna, how do they, when they're like, we're gonna, whatever, other candidates. I'm like, it took y'all 6 months to send me that email. Like, they are out here wasting people's time. I do not have time to waste. I have a child to feed. I have bills to pay. I need a roof over my head. I'm stressed. I know God's going to provide. I know that. I know that deep in my heart. So, like, why stress? But also, like, I would like to survive. But also, I do know that God's got me. Like, I genuinely, in my heart, I know that. So it's like, chill. I've done everything I can do. Here's the thing. It's like, if you're just sitting around doing nothing and expecting God to come in, that's not how that works. You still have to put in work and effort, and God will come through. But like, I'm just frustrated. I'm not even talking about my faith right now. My point is that I am frustrated. What is everybody else doing when, even if you speak to a hiring manager or whatever, and then they just never get back to you? What are y'all doing? I have a job that I'm starting at the end of this month, but it's like, okay, that's 2-3 weeks of me not getting paid when I could hopefully get hired somewhere else. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna scream. Let me know what y'all think. What's going on with you guys? Because I saw a video about this yesterday. Somebody couldn't get hired on at a restaurant because they didn't have enough experience, but they have a bachelor's degree and they do have work experience, whatever. And in the comments, this girl was like, I have a master's and couldn't get a job at Build-A-Bear. Like, what is going on? Somebody.
So I'll be honest, I knew nothing about this sort of thing when I first started sharing work from home jobs back in 2021. I knew how to spot a scam, but never did I know anything about companies actually posting empty jobs on purpose. And so I bumped into an article online by CNBC, and it really opened my eyes to what's going on right now. In fact, according to that article, 4 out of 10 companies posted fake listings in 2024, and 3 out of 10 are currently advertising for a role that is not real. Let's just take that in. Whew. And so they're labeled ghost jobs because they appear vacant and may not even lead to an actual hire. Now, I have to say that as someone who has been in the trenches at one time frantically looking for a job, the fact that companies are actually using these unethical practices truly infuriates me, especially when those same companies scrutinize job seekers from top to bottom about different things on their resumes, not having all of the qualifications, and even taking a leave to take care of their families. And also consider the fact that you spend countless hours writing your resume, cover letter. Sometimes you hire someone to do it, all to impress these companies, only for them to ghost you in the end. Other companies might post jobs for positions that they plan to fill, but haven't even received a budget approval as yet. According to a 2023 Indeed survey, 1 in 3 job seekers reported applying to a job and never hearing back, leading to increased frustration with the process.
Here's the story of the first time I actually learned about ghost jobs because I've now made several videos about them. Year was about 2014. I was in high school looking for a job, and I had an interview at the local Subway. I lived in the middle of nowhere, so finding a job as a high school student was actually pretty hard to come by, so I was stoked. Get all dressed up, I answer all the interview questions, I'm very proud of myself, and at the end of the interview he says, okay, well, you were great, but we aren't actually hiring right now. So yeah, I never did learn how to make those sandwiches.
I'm so mad. The fact that I posted these videos about me looking for a job and how the job market sucks. I have so many people relating to the fact that I've considered. Obviously, I knew I was not the only one, but what I will say is that I've had a couple of people comment and tell me to not stop talking about it because this is a thing that a lot of people are going through and a lot of people are dealing with right now. And no, I won't stop talking about it. I will keep talking about it because who knows, maybe I'm gonna lose all of my potential jobs. I don't know. I've already lost hope, okay? I'm trying to keep as much hope as I can, but I digress. If someone else who's relating to me can hear one person on the internet say that they're feeling the same exact way, then I think I feel a little bit better about that. And I think I would have felt better if I had that person for myself. And look, I'm not going to claim to be a financial whiz kid who understands the ins and outs of the financial state of the United States. I don't, okay? I don't know. But what I will say is that this job market sucks. It sucks that most jobs out here are not paying living wages. It sucks that there are people like me who even feel the need to consider this point blank, period. I'm sorry I'm so close to the camera. I'm at work, I'm trying to cover any identifying information. And you know what? My original video got over 11,000 views. I am sure that someone that I've worked with at some point that has come across that For You page and they're laughing their asses off at me right now. But you know what? If you want to laugh at me, that is completely fine, because I just don't give a anymore. And if you're laughing at me, then you're probably in a better situation than I am right now, and I'm really glad for you that you are. And I hope it remains that way and that you never have to feel the way that I feel right now. I can't say that I'm gonna become like this like positive person overnight being like, you got this, let's go, because I hate it too. I'm angry too. I'm dejected. I am beat the down too. But I mean, if you find me relatable, then I'm sorry. And mentally, I'm right there with you, holding your hand, giving you encouragement, just like you are for me. The job market has me feeling very defeated today. Hi, my name is Madison. I'm a Gen Z job seeker. As of recently, I have put in numerous applications. Just in the last week, I've hit somewhere around 50. I'm not picky with where I apply. I am not picky with what industries or states I apply to. The only thing, I'm not going to apply out of the country. I apply to in-house, remote, or hybrid work. In the last week, the only interview I've had is an online virtual recorded interview for a hospital as a call center agent. And I've heard nothing back, and I did that on Friday. I have numerous applications out there that I check for updates on, and all of them just say under consideration or have no updates whatsoever. I know that posting my journey online might stop some employers once they find my social medias from being interested in me as a candidate, which really sucks, the fact that Gen Z cannot share what we're going through collectively. I've talked about how I've nearly this year over this job search. And the reason that I'm sharing this is because there are, for every 100 of us that haven't, there's one of us who has. That's not a real statistic, that's just to give you an idea. And if we can all be together, if you guys want to, you're more than welcome to share your LinkedIn names or profile links in my comment section. Connect with each other, talk about what industry you're a part of, make these connections. I have no problem with you guys doing that. I want you guys to do that. I want us to be able to band together, whether you're Gen Z, Gen X, millennial, I don't care what you are. If you're out of work right now and you need that connection, I totally understand. I've been lucky enough to connect with a few people on here, and it has been helpful. But today's one of those days where I'm just feeling really discouraged because I'm just not hearing anything back. There are those of us out there with not a lot of experience that can't get this experience without entry-level jobs actually being entry-level and giving us a chance. And then there are those of us out there with many years of experience who are still having trouble finding jobs, especially ones that are paying you what you're worth. It really sucks right now. I'm having a bad day when I think about it. And I hope everybody who's watching this is doing well. And I hope you take care of yourself and practice self-care on the days that you are feeling beaten down like I am today. I'm gonna read a book and make myself some food that I know that I love and try to have a good rest of my night. So peace, love. I'm supporting you right there.
In a survey, it was found that over 50% of job postings were either not actively hiring or had filled weeks before. So why in the world do these jobs exist? I found that there are a few reasons, and believe me, by no way am I supporting what these companies are doing. But according to some of the research that I've done here online, sometimes they are trying to build a candidate list for future job openings. And then other times it could be because the hiring budget fell through, but they still want to have resumes on file. So that upsets me because why not just communicate with job seekers that took hours out of their own life? And when I say applying to the position, that includes the whole entire process, filling out the application, adjusting your resume to the job post, which takes days at a time sometimes just to perfect, and then going through the process of writing the cover letter. And let's not forget, for someone like me who is constantly sharing work from home jobs that I find are hiring online, you're making me out to look like a liar. So getting out of my feelings, here's a tip I want to share while you're still doing your job search. Do thorough research on the company before applying. Take a look at their website, their social media, their LinkedIn profile, and even their reputation on the Better Business Bureau, right? So Glassdoor also allows their past and current employees to leave different reviews on the company and give honest feedback on what it's like to work there. So you can check out what they have to say about the job, the position, the boss, and even ask them directly on LinkedIn. Also, another thing you can do is contact the recruiter directly to confirm whether or not the position is actually open.
Can we complain about the job market for a minute? Like, let's talk. So just to be quite transparent, I've been applying for jobs for the past like 2 years. With that also being said, it is now September. I've applied to over 200 jobs, probably even over 300 at this point. And I can't tell you the percentage has been quite great when it came to how many people actually got back to me in general, how many people got back to me for an interview, how far did I get in those stages, etc. Also, in regards to that, there's a lot of jobs out there that are actually hiring. So people just post them and they don't actually hire them. I've learned my ways. I only click on jobs that have been around for like past week at most, to be quite honest. But even then, a lot of the times it's very much crickets, crickets, crickets. Also, on top of that, a lot of the jobs that are looking for people expect it to be entry level, but you must have a degree, which I have, by the way. And then also you need like 4+ years of experience, but it's entry level and they require a degree. Yeah, that's one thing. And then another thing is like people aren't properly paying. So like you want people there from 8 to 5, but you're paying them $50,000 in New York City. So yeah, there's a lot more that came from. I'm coming from a very calm place because I don't really know. There's times when I'm more visibly angry. There's times where I'm more like, what? Because I know I'm qualified. I know I'm that girl. You know what I'm saying? I know I can pretty much do any job someone gives me because that's just kind of like how I go about things. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get this done and figure it out. But I gotta pay my bills. I gotta pay where I live. You gotta pay me enough, and you can't drain the life out of me. I've done that for a little too long at this point. So with that being said, what are y'all doing to figure this out? I've edited my resume 5,000 times. I think I finally found the formula. But even then, it's crickets. And I had a job on the line. They put me through the ringer and still told me no. I've been told no twice at this point now, and being told no after a whole process and be like, oh my gosh, you were the next choice, you were the next option. It was just such a hard decision. We really loved you. It just we had to choose another person. If you're hiring in inside your networks, inside your offices, inside your companies, just say that then. Just do that then. Don't waste my time. Because there I'll come back. Nobody talks enough about how long and how much time applying for jobs like takes out of you. Applying for jobs and really like putting in that energy is a whole other part-time job. In addition to me trying to grow my TikTok because I don't want to work like this anymore. But that's a whole other situation. I go from work and I come home and I'm like, I gotta apply for some jobs, apply for some jobs. Cover letters. Because why are you asking for a cover letter? You're not gonna look at my resume. The resume should be the only thing you're asking for. If you want a cover letter, ask me when there's the next one. But yeah, like this whole entire thing is just stupid. I've been set up. I've been set up. Because why were y'all asking me, what did you want to be when you grew up? When you grow up? You know what I want to be? Non-existence. Off the face. You don't know who I am because I'm not in the workforce. I make my own points. Don't worry about me. Nobody needs to know about me. That's where I am right now. What do you want to be when you grow up? You don't want to know. You don't need to know. Because I'm hiding. I'm hiding from this. This society, economy, run ragged until you are old enough to retire, but too old to really enjoy life. And now I'm going on a whole other rant. That's a whole other topic. But yeah, I'm tired. Baby, they're not playing about the job market. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Every single job that I had ever interviewed for or even called about, I had gotten on the spot or either did my first interview and they called me back literally that day or within 24 hours and gave me the job. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, do I need to revamp my resume? Like, I was all on Indeed. I was all on LinkedIn. Like, I was everywhere, baby, with my resume. Everywhere. I'm talking about, like, I have applied. Like, I'll have to, like, post, like, a screenshot of my Indeed on how many jobs I applied to. It took me has it been 4 months now? Maybe 3 months. It's been almost 3 months trying to find a new job. So if you see them videos that pop up on TikTok saying, don't quit your job, baby, don't. Unless you start the next day at a new job, do not quit your job. It's been 3 months. Like, I have spent all my days and nights crying, boohooing, praying to God, trying to find a job because, like, I've been to probably over 35, 40 interviews. Like, I started not even believing in myself. I was like, is it you? And it's either you're overqualified or underqualified, or either I'm asking for too much. I didn't know asking like $25 was a lot. In management, really management, all management should be on salary. And I'm also seeing an increase in like store management not being on salary. Why are you only paying me $15 an hour to be a store manager? Literally went through the entire process with this other boutique. She was like, I like you, da 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 da. How much are you looking for? And this is before I watched that young lady's video on how to like answer that question. And I was like, look, if it's a perfect world, I'm looking between 28 to 30. And I was like, I know I put 26 on my resume, and you guys also had 26 listed on your website. Tell me why she told me 26 was too much and they did not call me back. I literally had to walk into a store. Like, I literally just moved about 3 months ago. So this all happened in the span of like me moving. I just moved 3 months ago. And there's a store down the street from my house that I have been going to. And I've not seen the same cashier twice. The store has been closed when it shouldn't be because they don't have workers. The shelves aren't stocked because they don't have workers. So I put in 4 separate applications for that. Like, when I say like 4 separate applications, I called corporate. I called the store. I called the store down the street to try to speak to whomever was over that store. Baby, it took me going in and saying, you guys need help and you guys need me more than I need you to get that job. Literally in my interview, he was like, why do you want to work for my company? I literally told him, I have shopped at this store maybe 6 or 7 times, and every time I try to come in here, there's nothing on the shelves. There's no one working. Y'all don't have any cashiers, and y'all have to close early because y'all don't have any workers. I said, give me the job. I had to go in there and demand a job for them to give me a job.
So, according to Glassdoor in their report, they showed that positions left open longer than 60 days are often either ghost jobs or suffer from long internal hiring processes. So, if a job posting has been up for months with no updates, or it seems as if they're reposting it without any real changes, it could be a ghost job.
The main suggestion I have there in terms of avoiding ghost jobs, if you see the same job that's posted constantly, or a job that's just plain old, especially if it's old, like more than aged more than 30, 60, or 90 days, there's a good chance that job doesn't really exist anymore. An employer may have posted it and just not bothered to take it down once the job is filled. Maybe they just put it up there originally to cover themselves because already filled it, but they had to advertise it. Anyway, if the job's been there a long time, it's probably filled already and is a ghost job. If the same job is constantly being posted, there's a good chance it's either a ghost job or it's a job that they constantly need to backfill because it's a bad job. That is one that nobody stays at. So in either case, you might want to avoid these jobs. It's your decision. Sometimes you want to apply anyway and see what happens because maybe the person that was hired didn't stay or didn't work out or whatever. So it's always your choice. But you want to go in with your eyes open and realize that this job, and ask a lot of questions if you are contacted, because this job that you applied for may either be a poor job that nobody stays at, or you may never be contacted because the job doesn't exist at all.
Also, if the job description seems a little vague, has typos, just looks a little weird, huge red flags. So what can be done if you've already applied to a ghost job? So first of all, don't take it personally. It's not you. It's about them. It's their internal process that is somehow broken and needs to be fixed. But there are things that you can do to avoid wasting your time. So first, focus on roles that have been posted just recently. And when I say recent, I mean within the last 2 weeks maximum. The jobs that I share here on this channel are usually at most 1 week old. And I would maybe consider a job that has been open for a little longer than that. However, if the job has been posted for longer than 30 days, that could be a red flag. Also, network. And I know this sounds cringe to a lot of my introverts out there, but please consider this statistic. So according to a LinkedIn study, 85% of jobs are filled through networking rather than online applications. This means that it is so important to get outside of your comfort zone, sometimes even logging off the internet to actually engage with people that work at these companies. And so LinkedIn is an amazing tool for this because they allow you to connect with the people that actually work for these companies that you want to work at. You can simply shoot them a message asking them, hey, do you enjoy working for this company? What is your favorite part, least favorite part, and they will give you the insider tea that you might not find elsewhere.
No one really talks about how hard it is to maintain motivation to continue job hunting while you don't have a job. It's difficult because you are job hunting, and with all the uncertainty, the ghosting, the closed opportunities, we're no longer actually even hiring for this position, we're canceling the position, the ghosting, there's so many things that are going on in the job market right now. It is really hard to maintain a high level of confidence and enthusiasm. But who has enthusiasm for the job hunt? But you know what I mean. Essentially, it's hard to maintain that momentum and that energy when there's so many things that are largely out of your control when it comes to navigating the job market. So I personally don't really blame anyone who wants to take a different path, who wants to pursue entrepreneurship or just take a break entirely. Honestly, I'm coming to a point where if these opportunities that I'm interviewing for over the next couple of weeks don't pan out, then I will be spending some time traveling during the spring to kind of give myself a bit of a reset and a break. Just because I don't believe my life is interviews, interview prep, applying to jobs. Like, I don't believe that. I've already spent the last couple of months, investing a lot of time doing all the things that they tell you to do to get a job, and it's been, I feel like, in my experience, I've always come close, but no cigar. So, so this leads me to think that I know there's something wrong with my resume. Like, I know this. It's really closing the deal that I seem to be is the issue that, in my experience, that's what I'm running up against. And there is only so much that I can do to control that. I mean, like, for my situation, all I can do is just improve upon my interview skills, improve upon my storytelling, my communication, how I articulate myself. That's really what I can do at this point, because I'm at a point where it's not so much that I'm having issues opening the door. It's really more so closing the deal. Like, that's what I keep seeming to run up against. And if I have gotten feedback, on interviews in the past or on things in the past, it's more so with how I'm telling my stories, and if it's not an issue with how I'm telling my stories, just something else is coming up. So yeah, I'm doing what I can, but the job market is really, really brutal right now, and I think the tactics that I used in the past, would not apply now, but the tactics that I'm employing, that all these coaches and TikTok influencers are, telling us that I've been applying, it's still like an uphill battle for me. But I'm still feeling kind of optimistic, so we'll see.
You might also consider diversifying your job search by applying to roles across different job boards and the company websites, and not LinkedIn or Indeed. I know how tempting it is to easy apply and get your application sent to thousands of different companies each day, but that is highly ineffective. And I would take a little liberty here to say that I do not love Indeed for seeking job opportunities. My personal favorite way to find and locate legitimate jobs are through Glassdoor and niche sites like Tech Careers. So techcareers.com is great for those of you who are interested in landing a job in software development, data science, or cybersecurity. Or if you're interested in more marketing, content creation, and advertising positions, there is Marketer Hire. They are used by companies like Netflix and Lyft. There's also H Careers for those of you who are interested in positions like hotel management, restaurant management, and event planning. So I'm going to leave a free PDF in the description box down below, filled with an extensive, well-researched list of these niche sites that you can also use to find a job. And the best part about these sites is that the competition is low. So you're not competing against nearly as many job seekers as you would on sites like Indeed or LinkedIn. So ghost jobs are a real problem right now, but staying sharp and doing your own research, you can save yourself time and frustration. And remember, focus on the fresh postings. Reach out directly to recruiters and also refrain from that easy apply feature on these job boards. I have a personal theory that it is a large part of the issue. And also keep your network active. Over 70% of jobs never reach the internet, so networking can be your best friend. Okay, guys, so that is all that we have for today. Today, I just wanted to take some time to listen to those of you who are looking for jobs. I hope that this video was very valuable to you and provided you with encouragement as you are applying for jobs. I know that you're in the trenches, but I do want you to keep your head up and stay encouraged. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below any of your thoughts about these videos. And if you'd like me to continue doing these types of videos, I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see each other in the next video very soon.